One of the advantages of a word processor is the amount of time it saves you in producing a document. One of the features that a lot of the students really don't know is available to them is the automated table of contents, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. We have a blank document here, and I'm going to turn on a feature here that you probably don't know about. This little symbol right here is a hidden symbol, and when you turn it off it shows you where all the tabs and the carriage returns and the page breaks are, and it's a very handy thing to have. So here we have a paper, and let's assume that we've got it organized under three topics: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And we write something here as a paragraph, and then for the body we write more stuff, and the conclusion is we wrap it all up. Alright, well, I want to make introduction, body, and conclusion headers, so I can highlight them and I can bold them and I can make them stand out. Well, Microsoft Word actually comes with predefined headers and footers. So for instance, I can highlight that and I can go up here to styles on my home page and I can say heading 1, and you can see it makes it a different font and a different color. The body, I can do the same thing, and let's say that the conclusion, I also want to do that too. Well, let's say under body I have a subheading called body 1 and body 2. The name isn't important. I can say heading 2, and you'll notice it's a slightly different font. When I hit enter, it goes back to the normal font. Body 1 being subordinate to the body, and body 2 being subordinate to the body. So those are my topics. Now let's say that I want to insert a table of contents. The very first thing I do, it's usually on a separate page, I'll insert a page break, and I go over to pages and say do a page break, and you'll see that page break shows up quite nicely right there. See that? Okay. Alright, so insert a table of contents. I've got my introduction, body 1, body 2, and then conclusion. And normally what I would do is I would have them up here and I would say what page they occur on, and that would take me a little bit of time to type in. Well, I can go to references and I can go over here and say table of contents, and I can say okay, I like that with style right there, and boom, there I have the table of contents. And you'll notice that it indented body 1 and body 2, and it put the appropriate page numbers on there. Very handy to do. Now let's say I go back in here and I type something else, and I put this one on a new page, page break, and I also put in here conclusion. I put a sub conclusion, and I'm just changing up my documents. All I'm doing. I can go back to home and I go highlight this, and I'll say that's heading 2 because it's subordinate to the conclusion. Now I go back up to my table of contents and I click on the top part of it, just up here anywhere, and you'll see this update table dialog box comes up, and I can say update the entire table, or I can just do page numbers and say OK, and you'll see it's modified the page numbers and the conclusions. Very handy feature, and I encourage all of you to try this technique. Now while we're on styles, let's just go in and look. The styles, you'll see this font is designed as Calibri Light, font size 16. I can go into design, and there are several different design models I can pick, and that comes with Microsoft Word, and others that you can download. And you notice that I go through and I'll pick different types, and you'll notice that they change. And I can go through and I can actually pick any one of them that will actually show me what it looks like, and then say, oh, okay, I don't like that one, don't like that one. Oh, that one's pretty nice, I like that one. So you'll see that you can actually define your own styles too, or download them. You can also do a different theme. The theme is very similar to styles, and you'll see that it changes it radically based upon which one you select, and as you hover over it, it will temporarily change it to that theme to show you what it looks like. Okay. That is the automated table of contents and a very, very brief introduction to styles and themes. While we're here on design, you can also add watermarks, very handy. There are some that are predefined. Draft is a very, very common one you can put in there. You can also create your own watermark by doing a custom watermark and say importing a picture and then shading it out. Again, just touching on just a few features of Microsoft Word. It's a very, very powerful tool to use for writing. Hope you enjoyed this video and play it as many times as you need. Well, on to the next one.